Welcome to Zelda Speed Runs. We have for you from the Breath of the Wild Any% Tournament 2026 a Medoh group round one matchup between Missano and Liamax. And I'm going to pass it over to our commentator for this race, Newborn. Take it away.
Thank you so much, VT. Welcome on in, everybody. Um, yeah, like I said, we have an any percent 1.6 matchup here that we'll get rolling here in just a moment. We're still in the super early phases of this tournament. The format is a little bit different than the kind of more typical bracket style tournaments that the Breath of the Wild community has tended to do in the past. This is a Swiss style tournament, which I'm actually not super familiar on the format of, but these are still kind of the first week or so of races. This should be a really good matchup. Two really high level runners here. Liam was doing a little bit of homework before hopping on here, and Liam is the current sixth place on the 80% boards, at least for the 1.6 patch. He's got a 23, one of 10 runners out there with a 23-minute time. Missano, on the other hand, is rocking a 24-minute time, somewhere in that range. So not too shabby. Both definitely like super high-level runners. Smitch, I'm sure Liam appreciates the good luck on homework. Homework matters. Do your homework. So we're just watching this little intro cutscene, a little réveil-toi, wake up action, and I'm presuming that if you're watching this, you probably have watched Breath of the Wild before, but I'll still explain a few kind of basic things. Our runners are gonna grab the Sheikah slate, because you literally can't do anything without it, hardly. And so they're gonna grab this Sheikah slate and then immediately use the scope function on the slate to clip out of bounds. The pretty well-known SOR clip at this point, and that will allow them to basically get right out into the map and skip all of the opening cutscenes and stuff like that. Always interesting to see which of our runners hits the clip most efficiently. And Liam getting a super clean clip. The angle on this can be a little precise. It's impacted by both Link's facing angle and the camera angle as well. Missano, one false start there, but not a bad clip at all. Yeah, these any percent runners who reset all the time to SOR clip, they definitely have it down. Liam with a super clean clip. So this, I think, is the first any percent tournament we've had since the great version split that Breath of the Wild experienced. Gosh, how long ago was that? In the fall, I guess. With the Switch 2 version and the update to 1.8 and 1.9. So worth noting that all of these runners are running on 1.6, which is the patch that allows BLSS. That was kind of the big, earth-shaking change of the upgrade to 1.8. Is that 1.8 and the subsequent versions since then patched out BLSS. Everything else pretty much left unchanged. But obviously, patching out BLSS had a huge impact on most Breath of the Wild categories. Missano having a little bit of trouble with this Temple of Time window clip here. It's a pretty standard skew clip, but looks like just missed the unequip on the shield that is necessary for clipping through the wall. Able to get through now. You can see Liam heading into the bomb shrine. And with a false start on that first clip, nice clean second clip. I don't actually know whether these runners are running on Switch 1 hardware or Switch 2 hardware. if they are running on Switch 2, they're going to get the benefit of faster load times, which is pretty cool. A little bit of an inequity, but it's, you know, one of those things where you can play the Switch 1 edition on the Switch 2, and with the more powerful hardware the Switch 2 has, you're going to get fewer world loads, and definitely faster shrine loads. For a short category like any percent, that difference is not going to be as pronounced, but it will make a difference. The other, I guess, thing that we can talk about maybe more later is I believe that if you're playing on Switch 2, even the Switch 1 version on Switch 2, getting unloaded gate is pretty much a no-go. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that later. Liam with a super clean Gamer Win Bomb. I'm going to guess we're going to see Gamer Win Bomb from Missano as well, as they're both pretty high-level any percent runners. Ooh, for some reason that Circle Bomb did not drop for Missano. And looks like he's going to wind up a little bit short here. So going to lose a little bit of time compared to Liam's super clean Gamer. And yeah, I mean, any percent, as you probably know, 4 shrines on plateau, straight to castle to do the boss rush. So these 4 shrines are just kind of the necessary prerequisite. Yeah, super clean opening from Liam. Really the only misstep there that I saw was the failed first clip through the shrine exterior. But that's relatively minor. I'm guessing we're going to see both of our runners scanning Amiibo as soon as they clear this old man dialogue. It's where most any percent runners will scan for Amiibo. They're going to be looking for attack up fish. So they know specifically which varieties of Amiibo drop those fish. And it looks like, Liam not scanning here. Maybe I missed the memo and this is a no Amiibo race? Or maybe he's going to scan later. I guess we'll see. But we have a nice fast slide over to the Magnesis Shrine. And he's going to kind of rinse and repeat, clip through the exterior and then clip into the elevator. Interesting, another failed clip attempt. Those are pretty uncharacteristic for a runner of Liam's skill level. I don't know if he was maybe just rushing inputs there or what. Finally not cheating. Classic. Missano also not scanning, so I am wondering if maybe this is a no Amiibo race and I just didn't get that memo. That does have a material change on the routing post-plateau. They make an extra stop out there to get some razor shrooms. The source of where to get your attack up ingredients is kind of, no matter where the route, or no matter which level of route as it's developed throughout time, where to get those attack ingredients has always kind of been one of the big constraining factors in how the route looks. I remember back in the old days before BLSS, when we were BTBing everywhere, the old dining hall route, you were relying on RNG bananas. And then as Amiibo gained in its popularity, we managed to get away from the bananas, and now we don't collect any Mighty Bananas at all. Amiibo runners will usually just get Mighty Porgies and Mighty Carp from their Amiibo, and non-Amiibo runners will get Razor Shrooms from a little area up in kind of the edge of Ridgeland. Interesting, Missano opting for a different Magnesis Wind Bomb. Liam went with kind of the classic Canal Wind Bomb. Hit it, came real close to dying, but survived. And Missano going from above the canal a little bit there, but also hits a nice Wind Bomb. So we're looking at what, maybe 20, 30 seconds separating the two runners. Ye olden days, that's correct, Smitch. Oh, the slide that Liam is doing, such an obnoxious slide. My game actually just, within the last couple of weeks, updated to 1.9. I'd been rocking a 1.6, and just avoiding the update for as long as possible, and it finally forced an update. So I've been refamiliarizing myself with the old BTB route. But I remember going up to Stasis from Magnesis, sliding up this ramp is a pain to keep your speed high, avoid the trees, avoid the rocks, all this kind of stuff. You see here Missano kind of bouncing off a tree, manages to redirect himself pretty well. Truly a terrible hill. This tree wind bomb is also always a little scary. Runners of these guys' skill level will have great consistency with it, but man, it always seems like there's a chance that you just wind up a little short. Liam actually just barely squeaked over the hill. And Missano getting a second try clip there. That clip, saving skew from the Magnesis Shrine, that clip should be pretty free, but if you don't line yourself up well, it can be an issue. Liam here going for a very tough wind bomb and hitting it beautifully. So many runners opt for a safer version of that wind bomb where you run forward a little bit further, and it's just there's a little bit less precision to it. But Liam going from the tilted bridge, you have to stasis at the right time to make sure you can get bullet time at the end of the bridge and get that nice slow, or not slow, nice low fast angle bouncing off the monk cage. Really, really well done. Missano is going to show us what this alternate wind bomb looks like. And also really nice. Ooh, that's going to be a problem. So Liam going all advanced strats here, is attempting cliff wind bomb. It saves, gosh, I think I saw somebody say like 5 to 8 seconds versus the boulder ride up to the top. Definitely harder. Let's see if round 2, there we go. You can see it pops you right up over the hill, take no fall damage. The second try was exactly what you want it to look like, but unfortunately having a little bit of difficulty getting the slide started off of this tree stump. Missano, on the other hand, showing us what the kind of more standard, safer strat's going to look like. Pardon me. Getting over being sick here a little bit, so if I cough, you'll have to forgive me. Missano going to gain a little bit of time here on this, even though he opted for the slower strat because of Liam's reload. Liam here going to extended shield clip. Oh, absolutely scammed. He is ESCing through the shrine door. It's a faster method of clipping. And it appeared to get through, but then got pushed out, and Missano getting a really clean clip. That's pretty much syncs these guys up here. It's kind of the first struggle segment we've seen from Liam so far. Everything had been so clean up to that point. And Missano going a little bit safer strats pays off there because he catches up quite a bit. Liam honestly got scammed with that ESC. He went through and then got sucked back out. Missano, on the other hand, super clean, quick ESC, so nice job on that. Wondering if both of the runners, I know that Missano will have enough health to do the wind bomb. I'm wondering if Liam has enough health. I saw him have to eat some peppers. Okay, looks like he's good to go here. Both of them getting really nice wind bombs, kind of landing in the ideal spot there. And man, this is about as neck and neck as you can expect after 4 plateau shrines. Obligatory shout out to French. You'll see that both runners are running in French as the text language. I've got the volume pretty low, but I'm assuming you'll also hear Italian voice acting. That's the optimal language combo here for any percent. Not necessarily for every category, but for any percent, certainly. French saves time over every other language, especially in those SOR kind of initial cutscenes. And then Italian voice acting is slightly faster. It saves a second-ish in the Dark Beast fight. So very beginning and very end is where you'll see those. I mean, you won't see the time saves, but where those time saves exist. All right, step up here on this spot can be a little finicky. Liam having some trouble with the bomb rolling around a little bit. I'm wondering if he's a little bit rattled, maybe, kind of needing to regain some composure. Missano making it to Temple of Time first. I guess we haven't even talked about fall damage cancels. We've been using those throughout the run, but when you're falling from a great height and you begin throwing the weapon throw animation and then swap either a shield or a weapon, it resets Link's fall height so that the game thinks that you're not falling from that high. Lets you land without taking fall damage even before we get the paraglider. Yeah, Italian old man, objectively the best old man. Like there's no dispute. If you are not familiar with the majesty of Italian old man, you have to go back and listen to the post first shrine cutscene and listen to his absolutely unhinged scream. So definitely are going to the Mushroom Plateau to get attack ingredients. With BLSS, that ends up being really easy. Ooh, Missano's stream lagging here a little bit, but looks like they made it first. There's these handy dandy razor shrooms, Champi Lame, and they'll use either a tree stump or rocky outcropping to restart the BLSS slide. Yeah, I can't tell with Missano's stream lagging. It's hard to tell if Liam is actually pulling ahead here. But they're heading on to Castle, and they'll be curious to see what happens with the gate. If there's any chance of unloaded gate, or if they're just going to go around to what we affectionately call the copium exit. All right, Liam and actually both runners through the unloaded gate. So that would suggest to me they're probably playing on Switch 1, unless I've just got all my facts wrong, which is also possible. A pretty cool little strat here where if you headshot the moblin on the way down, it makes grabbing the sword and getting the sneak strike way, way easier. You don't have to creep around or sneak because he's distracted. You can grab that claymore and then sneak strike him with ease. And yeah, one more razor shroom being grabbed by both runners. That will give them plenty of attack up food for the boss rush. They're going to grab some ancient arrows here out of the little hidden room. My assumption would be that we'll see both of them do the 3 ancient arrow out of bounds route. We'll know for sure here in a moment. After sneak striking this Lizalfos, they're going to cook their razor shrooms and... Ooh, 5 razor shrooms. Okay, they actually could have skipped that 5th one and still gotten a 3-level attack meal. But the 5th razor shroom gives longer duration. Okay, so Missano actually going for the slightly slower but safer 6 ancient arrow route. So he will lose a little bit of time here, but pick up some time in the boss rush because of having some additional firepower. Liam waiting for our Moblin friend to load. Using a bomb to distract him. Man, really clean movement from Liam there. Really clean menuing as well. And so here we see Missano approaching the same spot from a different route, using an arrow to distract instead of a bomb. And again, so we've got Liam pulling ahead here, at least for now. And setting up Windblight skip. Going the quote-unquote setupless Windblight skip, which is a bold move. We'll see if he got it. Looks like he might have missed Windblight skip, because usually the head is shaken a whole lot more. My guess is he's going to have to reload here. Got a partial, but no, it's not going to be enough. He'll have to reload. It's an unfortunate, unfortunate mistake. We'll see if Missano can get it clean. Oh, interesting. Okay, not going to reload, just going to use the... Okay, with one hit remaining, it's viable to just use the boomerang to finish him off. Definitely faster than a reload. Still loses some time, whereas Missano gets it the full skip cleanly, and will pick up a little bit of time there. So with Water Blight, phase 1, it's that spin to win. You're looking for triple hits. Liam gets really nice triple hits. Whereas Missano looks like not getting the triple hits, but still is managing to take him out in one cycle. Probably going to see the advanced strategy, at least from Liam, for phase 2 to prevent the teleport. Well done. Very well done. And Missano going, again, kind of with the same theme at the safer strategy that does allow him to teleport around. Loses a little bit of time, but safer in execution. And getting some headshots in there in bullet time to finish off phase 2. All right. So we're about one phase apart here, and again, Missano will catch, or should catch up a little bit with the extra ancient arrows they've got in the Calamity fight. But these fights are all so tight. I mean, they're very scripted, they're very rehearsed. These runners have put countless hours into practicing the menuing and getting the right hits and positioning and all that kind of stuff. Really nice phase 2-1 cycle from Liam. That's one of the finickier things to get consistent at. Let's see if Missano has the same luck. There's an RNG element to Fireblight phase 2 where sometimes he just gets up early and there's not a thing you can do about it. Missano also getting a 1 cycle. Thunderblight, man, I thought when I was first learning this game and trying to learn the boss rush, I always thought Thunderblight was the hardest, but once you know what you're doing, it's actually not that hard. Very simple, very scripted. Things can go wrong for sure, but some of the other fights are much more technical. All right, and we are super clean. Other than the Windblight skip issue, super clean blights from Liam. Missano also has had pretty clean blights as well. Liam going for quick rush. Man, he's pulling out all the stops here. It's crazy. The quick rush is a pretty advanced piece of tech that saves such a minuscule amount of time. Most runners are not going to go for it in a race. I am paying attention to the fact that Liam's down to 1 heart. Splash damage could potentially be an issue. Here in Calam phase 1, we are... Really nice parry, holy smokes. We're looking to spam a bunch of headshots, bomb arrow and ancient arrow headshots, get that parry. This is just like textbook from Liam. Wow. Really, really good phase 1. That's incredible. Trying to pay attention to Missano. And an instant laser for Liam as well. This is honestly like a clinic on how to do Calamity. For both the 3 ancient arrow and the 6 ancient arrow fight script. Now we're just in stunlock mode. Both runners have plenty of attack meal left. Missano unfortunately not getting instant laser, so we'll lose a little bit of time there. Barring some sort of disaster in the Dark Beast phase of the fight, it's looking like Liam should take this. Right, Smitch, until he actually starts attacking you. Yeah, if it gets to the point where Thunderblight can attack you, then whew, you got big problems. Missano going to look to finish out with Stunlock here. From this point on, it's virtually academic. There's some minor optimizations, and of course things can always go wrong, but this final phase, super easy. You'll probably see Liam go for speechless pre-fires to try to squeeze every last optimization out of this. Yeah, super tight race the whole way through, with plenty of intrigue to keep things interesting. Beautiful arrow shots there. All right, got to chuck the claymore, right? Would it even be a race if we didn't chuck the claymore? I'm going to get 3 more targets on this side. The attack up running out does not matter. Attack up makes no difference for this phase. Obviously, shoot Dark Beast in the anus. I thought that was the standard choice, but... What else would you even do? Evidently chuck claymores and break shields. I haven't seen any shenanigans here from Missano yet, but there's still time. We can hold out hope. All right, nice 3 arrows there. Liam really apparently does not want to hear Zelda talk because he keeps hitting these targets before she can open her mouth. Really impressive here. I mean, honestly, Liam's race, incredibly clean. Some issues in the cryo split, the overrolled movement there, and then a little bit of mishap with Wind Blight. Time at 27:06. Again, I said earlier his PB's at 23. In race timing at 27:06, ends up being what, like a high 25-minute time according to leaderboard timings. GG's Liam. And then Missano preparing for a final shot here as well. Yeah, less than a minute apart, 30-ish seconds apart. Really impressive race from both these guys. GG Missano. I mean, yeah, really, both runners running so cleanly. I'm thinking back over Missano's run. Liam, had those 2 kind of bigger areas of mistake, I guess, that slowed down his time a little bit. Missano generally just went for safer strats, I would say, and had a little bit of clipping trouble on plateau. But end game, man, really solid for both of these guys. Fantastic job. Yeah. I don't even know what else to say here. Like, far be it from me to do a whole lot of critiquing because, yeah, I mean, it's really impressive. So I don't know if we're wanting to do any sort of post-race interview or not. Either way is fine with me. I've got a few minutes I could hang out if either of the runners wanted to hop in, but no worries either way. Thank you all for joining us. There will be more races scheduled. Let me take a look at the schedule. We've got another one coming up tonight. Well, I guess depends on your time zone. 5:30 Eastern Time, 10:30 or 22:30 UTC. That's Moist versus Lux. That'll be an interesting one because Moist is actually running on 1.9, so you will see him run a completely different route than everybody else. We had a runner who had to drop, and I think Moist is doing that sort of as a handicap. Because Moist has a very, very good time. Help Liam with his homework. I will not do that. I help enough kids with their homework on a regular basis. So I'm going to pass. Yeah. Looks like neither runner hopping in for comms. Totally fine. Oh, Liam's in the waiting room, actually. Hey, Liam. GG. Oh. We lost Liam. Liam, GG.
Yo, thank you.
That was a pretty impressive race from your standpoints. Coming in at what, like a high 25-minute time, leaderboard times. How do you feel about things?
Could have went better. I was a bit disappointed with the early game.
Sure. The cryo split in particular seemed like, I mean, there was the cliff wind bomb issue, and some trouble getting the slide going. What else were you frustrated with?
Let me think. Probably just all of cryo, because the sliding I had ESC issues.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you got kind of scammed on that ESC a little bit.
It's also like, in Glider, I took a long time messing around, so I took an extra tick of cold damage, which meant I had to eat my attack up food early. So I was debating on getting the extra Razor Shroom in Castle to get the extra attack up time so I could eat my food early.
Yeah. And you did end up getting that extra Razor Shroom, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because there is a chance you can get an apple from a box or an acorn, but I wasn't taking a chance.
Sure. No, in a race setting, you probably want to be solid and sure. Talk me through, was that a setupless Wind Blight skip that you were using?
Kind of. It's texture setup, so there's a little pebble on the ground that I line Link's foot up, and then it's like the same aiming cues as the 4-hop setup. I saw P5 do it, so I just replicated what he did.
Mm-hmm. What's your consistency like with that, usually?
Usually, most of the time, I think I aimed too high, but my hands were really shaky, so that's what caused me to just barely not kill him.
Sure. Fortunate that it was just one hit left. You can take care of that with the boomerang and not have to reload. Yeah, Calamity, super clean. Was really impressed actually with all of the fights, the boss rush. Seemed like it went really well from my standpoint. How did you feel about the fights outside of the Wind Blight skip issue?
Yeah, I thought the fights were really good as well. I was really nervous going into Calamity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I played well in the
For
fights.
sure. I was keeping an eye on the 1 heart left health, worried about splash damage, but you seem to know what you were doing, so
yeah.
Nice job on that. Any other thoughts, reactions on your race, Liam?
No, on these splits though, it was actually a castle goal, which surprises me.
Oh wow, castle gold, huh?
It was by a second switch.
GG's, that's pretty impressive.
Don't know if it's fake though, but
yeah, maybe. Hey, help me out. Are you using a Switch 1 hardware or Switch 2?
Switch 1.
Switch 1, okay. That's what I was guessing because I feel like loaded gate doesn't, or unloaded gate doesn't happen on if you're using Switch 2. But I was not 100% sure about that, so cool. Well, GG's, awesome job, really impressive. Do you know when your next race is?
No, I don't know anything about my next race yet.
Cool. I know that with this tournament, they're trying to keep things moving pretty quickly and have it be efficient, so I'm guessing it won't be too far down the road. And like I said, folks, if you're enjoying the any percent, we haven't had a tournament in quite a while, so stay tuned because there will be more races coming up throughout the weekend. And yeah, Liam, GG's, nice job, and thanks for hopping in to talk.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely want to thank Liam and Missano for the race they put on, a very exciting race, and definitely want to give a thank you to Newborn for commentating. I think Newborn had stated that the next Breath of the Wild race, Moist Goulash versus Lux, in less than an hour and a half. I know there is a French restream set up for it. I don't know if we'll have one on the English side or not, but we'll try to see what we can do. Other than that, thank you for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.
See you.